Hello and welcome back. In this video, we'll begin exploring the main toolbar options, starting with file creation and search tools that are used daily by operations, sales, and accounting teams. Let's start with New. When you click on New, the system opens a completely blank reservation file. This option is used when you want full manual control over the file. For example, if you receive a customized group request with special routing, unique services, or complex arrangements, you would click New and start entering all details manually inside the General tab and the Operational tabs. You define the group name, agent, dates, nationality, segmentation, and then continue building the file step by step. Next, we have New Wizard. The New Wizard is designed for speed and structured booking creation. When you click on New Wizard, a pop-up window appears divided into organized sections. Let's take a practical example. Assume you received a confirmed hotel booking request for 10 rooms at Kempinski Hotel, including pricing, and the client needs immediate invoicing. Instead of creating the file manually and then adding the hotel and costing separately, you can use the wizard. First, you enter the general reservation details. Group name, for example, Group 103. Agent name, for example, Global Travel, and other segmentation filters like client name, agent reference, reservation department, type, nationality, and market. Then you can add the arrival date, for example, March 1st, and departure date, March 5th. Then, in the hotel section, you select the hotel name, for example, Kempinski Hotel Amman, meal plan bed and breakfast, and room type as standard, and enter the room distribution for single, double, twin, or triple. After that, you define the cost and selling price directly inside the wizard. This means the system will automatically create costing entries and reflect them later inside the costing sheet and profit and loss tab. If immediate billing is required, you can also activate the Create Invoice option and define the invoice currency. Additionally, you can choose to auto-create operational records such as arrival and departure, itineraries, restaurant placeholders, or extras. Once you click Save File, the system generates the reservation number, inserts the hotel booking, inserts costing, optionally creates the invoice, and opens the file ready for further editing. This is ideal for fast confirmations and repetitive bookings. Now let's move to Save. Save is the general button used to store any updates made inside the Reservation File General tab or when creating the file and want to save it. For example, after modifying the group name, changing dates, adjusting segmentation, or editing notes, you should click Save to ensure the data is properly stored. It's recommended to save periodically while working, especially on large files. Next, we have Delete. Delete permanently removes the entire reservation file from the system. This includes all operational services, costing entries, and accounting links. For example, if a file was created by mistake or duplicated incorrectly, an authorized manager may choose to delete it. This permission should be restricted because once deleted, the file cannot be recovered unless restored from system backup. Next, we have Advanced Search. Advanced Search allows you to filter and locate any reservation file inside the system using multiple criteria. Let's take a practical scenario. Assume the accounting team asks you to find all groups of global travel and created by George. You open Advanced Search and filter by agent name and username. You can also filter by file number, nationality, and more. After applying the filters, you can press on Excel button to export only the filtered results to Excel. The green arrow on the right opens the selected file directly. The Refresh button will reset all the filtered results. This makes Advanced Search a powerful reporting and operational control tool for daily management. Now let's move to the group sign. Group sign is used to generate a printable sign for airport pickup, hotel lobby greetings, or event coordination. For example, imagine your airport representative is waiting to receive a group arriving at the airport. Instead of preparing a sign manually in Word, you simply click on Group Sign. The system automatically uses the text entered in the Group Sign field inside the General tab. If that field is empty, the system automatically uses the group name. Next, we have the QR code option. Assume Mr. John, the agent, wants to receive the full trip program digitally on WhatsApp instead of PDF files. From the reservation file, click on QR code. A pop-up window appears. For demonstration purposes, enter contact name, Mr. John contact number, and email, if required. The system automatically generates a secure reservation link. Now click WhatsApp app. The system prepares a message containing the dynamic reservation link and opens WhatsApp using the defined number. You confirm and send the message. When Mr. John receives the link and opens it, a welcome screen appears. He enters his basic details, and then the full reservation program is displayed. Now imagine you later change the arrival date to January 29th inside the reservation file. The same shared link will automatically reflect the updated arrival date, without sending a new link. No need to resend anything. All clients who access the link are automatically recorded in the QR contact list for tracking purposes. Now let's move to the guide sheet. The guide sheet is used to organize, calculate, and post guide-related expenses connected to the reservation file. There are two options: manual guiding sheet and dynamic guiding sheet. Let's start with the manual guiding sheet. This is useful in simple cases where you want to summarize site-based expenses manually for the guide. For example, suppose the guide handled entrance tickets for Petra. Open Manual Guiding Sheet. Click the green plus button. Enter the site name, Petra. Enter the number of guests, 12. The amount per person will be automatically pulled from the entrance fees defined in the Setup menu. The system automatically calculates the total amount. Select the guide name, for example, French Guide. Enter the status number if needed. This is mainly used for filtering and internal tracking. If a deposit was paid in advance, enter the deposit amount. Then click Preview. You can filter by guide name or status before generating the sheet. The system generates a clean guide expenses sheet showing file number, group name, arrival and departure dates, guide name, site breakdown, total amount, deposit, and remaining balance. Now let's move to the more powerful option, Dynamic Guiding Sheet. This is the recommended method for most operations. When you open Dynamic Guiding Sheet, the system automatically pulls all services already entered inside the reservation file. This includes restaurants, entrance fees, extras, and guiding fees. Each section displays the date, service name, packs, costs, currency, exchange rate, and notes. Let's say we want to review the guide costs for the entire stay. Select the guide name from the filter and set the from and to dates if needed. Click Preview. The system generates a full operational guiding sheet. You can click Hide to exclude any record from appearing in the guiding sheet. If you want to show it again, adjust the Show/Hide filter, open the record, and simply unmark Hide. If everything is correct and ready for accounting, click Post. The system posts all guiding sheet fees automatically to the guide account inside the accounting module. To verify the accounting entry, click Journal Voucher Details in the bottom toolbar. You will see the debit and credit journal entries clearly displayed. If needed, you can click Unpost to reverse the transaction. Remember, once guiding fees are posted from this screen, They must also be unposted from this same screen. Now let's move to the Series option. The Series feature is designed for groups that operate on repeated departures with almost identical arrangements. This is commonly used for weekly, seasonal, or charter groups where hotels and services remain the same, and the arrival dates, transportation, and guides change. To use Series, you must first prepare a complete reservation file. This file will act as the master file. When opening Series, the system displays the master file information, file number, group name, arrival date, and departure date. There are two options, one file and multi-files. Let's start with one file series. This option creates a single new reservation file based on the master file structure. You can define new group name, transportation and its status, guide name and status, new arrival and departure dates, post cost and selling, and post invoices. If you select post cost and selling, the system copies the same financial structure from the master file. If you select post invoices, the same invoice structure is created for the new file. After defining everything, click Create File Series. The system generates a new reservation file with the same operational structure, but with the updated dates and assignments. Now, let's move to Multi-File Series. This option is used to generate multiple files automatically based on defined criteria. In the Setup section, you can select Transportation and Status, Guide Name and Status, Post Cost and Selling, and Post Invoices. Then define the criteria and enter First Arrival Date, Last Arrival Date, Series Name, for example, French Groups 2026, and select the operating days, for example, every Sunday and Thursday. After that, click Save Criteria. The system will generate all matching arrivals between the selected dates and display them in the series table. At this stage, the files are only previewed. They are not permanently created yet. If you need to adjust the criteria, click Reset. Reset clears all generated preview files from the series table so you can redefine the criteria and regenerate them. Once everything looks correct, click Create Multi-Series. The system will then permanently create all reservation files based on the generated list. If later you decide to remove an entire series, click on Series option from any file and click Delete Series. A pop-up window will appear where you select the series name. After confirmation, the system deletes all reservation files associated with that selected series. This action removes every file under that series name, so it should be used carefully. Now let's move to Shift File. Shift File is used when an existing reservation needs to change dates. For example, imagine the group postpones arrival from January 28th to February 4th. Instead of deleting the file and recreating everything, click Shift File. The system displays the current file details. Enter the new arrival and departure dates. If needed, assign a new transportation company or guide. You can also select Post Cost and Selling or Post Invoices if financial reposting is required. Click Shift File. The system updates the existing file, adjusts the service dates, and keeps everything aligned with the new schedule. This option modifies the current file. It does not create a new one. Now let's move to the cover page. This section allows you to generate professional, client-facing documents directly from the reservation file. On the left side, you select the document type, trip details, and display options. On the right side, you preview the data before generating the document. There are 4 document types: First, cover page. This generates the full trip program. This is usually the final program sent to the client. Second, welcome letter. A welcoming document addressed to the guest, including key trip details and optionally a QR code or agent logo. Third, request summary. A structured overview of the reservation request, mainly used internally or with agents before confirmation. Fourth, confirmation letter. A formal document confirming the booked services. Each document type has its own header and footer, configurable from Setup menu to Incoming to default voucher notes. Below that, you can choose from 13 trip detail sections such as agent name, arrivals and departures, itineraries, hotels, and more. Now let's generate a default cover page. Select Cover Page. Click Defaults. Then click Preview. The system generates the full trip program instantly. Now switch to Welcome Letter. Click Defaults again. Enable Agent Logo or QR code if needed. Click Save, then Preview, and the system will generate a ready-to-send welcome document. That's how you create professional documents directly from the cover page section. And remember, for any record to appear in the generated document, the Show checkbox must be enabled inside its related tab: hotels, restaurants, transportation, and so on. Also note, attachments appear when Welcome Letter is selected. They do not appear in other document types. Now let's move to the dashboard. The dashboard provides a complete overview of the selected reservation file. It displays all bookings: hotels, transportation, restaurants, guides, extras, and more, along with invoices and credit notes and posting status. From the dashboard, you also have quick access to key outputs and reports. For example, you can generate cover page, welcome letter, and confirmation letter. You can also generate detailed costing sheet, summary costing sheet, and profit and loss reports. You can open dynamic guiding sheet and manual guiding sheet. And you can generate manifest, rooming list, evaluation form, group sign, and QR code flyer. Also notice that beside each booking or invoice, you have quick icons. The folder icon opens the full record details. The magnifier icon generates the voucher or the invoice document. And the email icon generates the document and prompts sending it by email if email integration is configured. Now let's move to the attachments. The Attachments section allows you to upload and link files directly to the reservation file. These files can include images, PDF files, Word documents, Excel sheets such as scanned passports, hotel confirmations, contracts, or any supporting documents related to the group. To add a new attachment, simply click on the Upload option and select the file from your device. Once uploaded, the file becomes linked to the reservation and can be accessed by other authorized system users at any time. Attachments serve two main purposes. First, internal sharing between team members, for example, sharing supplier confirmations or special agreements. Second, client communication. When generating the welcome letter, attachments can be included along with the document, allowing you to send additional materials such as maps, vouchers, or important travel instructions together with the main file. Now let's move to the Defaults option, and let's take a practical example of how the default option works. Assume we want to create a new reservation file with details quickly. Start by clicking on New, and in the General tab, type the group name, for example, Group 104. Select the agent name, for example, Global Travel. Arrival date, February 16th. Departure date, February 20th. Number of adults, 5. Click Save. Now, instead of manually adding arrivals, itineraries, restaurants, and extras one by one, go to the toolbar and click Default. From the upper sections, select the fields, then click Import Defaults to generate default records. The system automatically creates arrival and departure records, itinerary entries from February 16th until February 20th, restaurant placeholders for each day, and extra service placeholders based on the selected dates. Now let's move between the tabs to see the result. Notice that these records are created without supplier details. They are structured placeholders, ready for you to complete and assign suppliers later. Now, let's look at the second part of the default option. Create file from root. Just remember, if records already exist for those dates, the system will not import the defaults again. So, before using this feature, you must first make sure that the related tabs are empty. So, we must go to each tab and remove the existing entries so the date fields become completely empty. Once the tabs are clear, we will return to the default option. From the lower section, Create File from Root, select Date, February 16th. Select the status of the services, for example, Requested, and the route name, Amman Hotel with Amman City Tour and Jerash Visit and ending in Amman for overnight. Then click Import. The system will now automatically pull all services defined inside that route into this reservation file according to the selected date. The services are imported with the confirmation status defined inside the route itself or the status you selected during import. This allows you to reuse a fully structured and confirmed program without rebuilding it manually. This feature is especially useful for fixed itineraries, weekly departures, and seasonal packages. Instead of recreating the same structure every time, you generate it in seconds. That's how you quickly build a structured file in seconds using the default option. Finally, we have Refresh. Refresh reloads and updates the reservation file after changes have been made. And with that, we've completed the full toolbar section. This brings us to the end of Phase 2 videos. In the next phase, we will move to the Rates module. Thanks for watching, and let's continue.